together. And now we are having a very, very wonderful unit, right? And we have like two superstars, right? And we have Li Bixiu and Jian Jialing with us, right? And Li Bixiu is the editor of News and Information Department, the weather forecaster on Daai TV. And we have also Jian Jialing. She's a leader of Ciji Performing Artists Association, right? And as you can see from the poster, and you will know that, okay, this is a very, very weird, like a Chinese character here, which is Bao. But actually, Bao actually in Chinese means to praise, right? You see that even the Chinese character cannot be known by we Chinese people. So you will know how difficult this is, right? And actually today, her topic is delivering humanities within dramas, right? Happily. And here the Bao means praise and happily, right? And who did the graphic designer, who did the graphic designing? And we have a lot of wonderful volunteers with us so that you can see the beautiful posters right here. And we are so grateful to like Jialing, and you will just read a lot of positive feedbacks here. And Chinese opera as well as like a Taiwanese opera can be just sung by Jian Jialing, and she's wonderful. She's a expert, right? Actually, she is also a playwright on Daai TV. And meanwhile, and we have Bixiu. You know her very well. I think she can do really everything, like on Daai TV, and she can be a hostess on TV. And she is also, we just mentioned that she's a weather person there, weather forecaster there. So she is really kind of a talented, wonderful person, right? And she was here last time with us, and she had a wonderful talk with us, right? Okay. And today she, of course, is here again, and she want to see that whether we are making progress or not, right? And do you see the poster? Okay. And you see you see me, and you see Bixiu, and we talk about our EQ. And that was a very, very touching story, which says that she once was like a kidnapped, and she talked about her sad experience, right? And as I mentioned, like the Bixiu, and let's take a look at this. She's a journalist on TV, and this is a clinic website here, is a clinic site here, and we are using the office area and the reception area. And where actually is this, right? This is just a hallway, right? And from the video there, you will see that Bixiu as a journalist. And on Daai TV, on the Daai guest room, then you will see that she's also the hostess there, talking about the drama. And of course, that we have a Jian Jialing also on TV. You see the two heroines here, right? And they're like in the same like a program, and you will know Bixiu on the left, right? And in this drama, then you will see like a Guanyin. Okay, this is like a Guanyin in my dream, right? And so it made them just in the same program there, talking together. And right here we have like a video about Jian Jialing as well. And Jian Jialing is also the playwright, and after she was certified, and she of course like did a lot of playwriting for Daai drama. And she says that, are you really careful in doing everything? And in online study group Kaohsiung, a lot of performing artists share their life experience on online study group Kaohsiung. And then, do you see that? Okay, do you still remember that? And this is a footage left by like Daai TV. And now, let's take a look at one more video about Jian Jialing. And she did a playwriting, and she now is a teacher, like teaching Taiwanese opera. And you will see all the performing artists doing so wonderfully, beautifully here, right? And actually, this is their hard working, which also make people like drenching in the Dharma. And today, let's take a look at one more video. They are learning a Taiwanese opera, and and we have three chances to rehearse and each 2 hours respectively. And as long as all the actors and actresses are willing to just perform, and she will just do the best for all of them and serve them like wholeheartedly. And you can see their like body movements, and you will know they are not experienced at all. But I'm so grateful to all the like grannies, right? And they are doing so wonderfully. Actually, they are no less professional than anybody else, right? And it is a performance for all the like we say lay persons. They are not immature. However, this is also a player that performed also in a really successful way, right? And actually, what I say is that the true wealth is the Dharma teaching, and we know the Dharma teaching, but we forget about them. So I am going to be the well, like a spring digger, so I can just like perform such a thing to people for people to remember all the Dharma. And my children says that, Mom, if you have any activities in Tzu Chi, just let me know. Then I will take care of Granny so you can go to do the Tzu Chi jobs. And life is short, just in a few decades. And we have to fulfill the filial piety and never delay. And in Sanchong Jinsi Hall, this is a performance right there. So ladies and gentlemen, I like to be with you because you have a positive energy. Wow. I know Bixiu very well, and you do too. Because when you watch Daai TV, Daai News, and of course, like you know her. However, how about Jialing? Actually, she is really professional. She's a very professional actress, right? And if you know her, it's because that we are kind of like a senior citizen. We are aged, right? Okay. However, in our time, like more than 40 years ago, we didn't have very much entertainment, right? So I think you know like a Taiwanese opera very well, and she is so professional, Jian Jialing, right? And did you see the news, like the videos there? Then you will realize that she can really perform like on the like a Taiwanese drama, and she can also do the makeups, right? And all the grannies and grandpas really love her so much, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, today like we have two beautiful superstars from the Tzu Chi Performing Artists Association. Let's give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. And their topic today is delivering humanities within dramas. Thank you very much, right? So let's begin singing the Taiwanese opera now. Yeah, and this is very wonderful to be here, right? And yeah, this is a kind of wonderful experience, like being here and in a like a human world, human world. That everywhere is beautiful, everything is beautiful, and why bother have to have any conflicts, right? Okay, and thank you, Jialing. And I'm happy that I can do this with you, right? So thank you, and also thank you very much, Teacher Mei Yun. And oh my goodness, like a Teacher Mei Yun, how come that you can just dig out such like videos, right? And you are really awesome, right? Okay, so come on, we can't do anything wrong because they are all like recorded, right? And they really left a lot of like a footprints, right? So people can just recall them very easily. And really, this is grateful that all the videos, are mostly produced with you, Jialing. And you know that I work for like a Daai TV, and I just received like like a documentary volunteers, and they suggest such sources to me. And of course, that I know that you open up such like Taiwanese opera classes in Taipei, and we really want to promote such like a local culture, and therefore that I do this just with you, right? Well, and as Mei Yun just mentioned, okay, and I did a Taiwanese opera as an opening, right? Okay, and since that we talk about the Taiwanese opera, then how can I not sing a little bit for this, right? And do you know that I have been a playwright for over 20 years, but how could I just like do such a thing so differently as like a Taiwanese like opera performer, right? And before the pandemic, and we had some like regular exercises, like we go to the nursing homes, and we go to a lot of different places taking care of like elder people. However, 3 years ago, because of pandemic, COVID-19, and everything just suspended, right? And a lot of people with kind of great love really didn't know what to do, because all the volunteers just told me that they just couldn't do anything because they couldn't, right? And now I receive like a task that is, we CG volunteers could still do something different other than performing, right? Like I just help doing the like a vaccination in Taipei. How about the other performing artists? They told me that they couldn't do anything. But now I just think that, okay, we can just think about what to do. And things like we couldn't do anything on TV and fulfill our like duties, right? But finally, I realized that, okay, I had a great affinities in Taipei, and at Zhixuan Lifelong Learning Center in Sanchong, Taipei. And they told me that I want to open a drama class, right? And originally, they didn't want it to be like Taiwanese opera. And they told me that they want to open such classes. And actually, tell you what, I was so smart that through my communication with like a Zhixuan, and I thought that the Taiwanese opera should be popular in that area. So why not open such like a drama class like about Taiwanese opera there, right? And as Mr. Zheng Yan said, that if I want to do anything right, just do it, right? Okay, and then I just began doing such a thing, right? And communicating with Zhixuan Lifelong Learning Center, and just tell students about such great information in Sanchong, Taipei. And I just had a chance to open such a beautiful class, right? And as a playwright, I just couldn't open up such a Taiwanese opera class, right? And of course, then I received originally no students, right? As I mentioned, I'm a playwright, and I am no Tang Meiyun, I'm no Chen Yalan, and I'm no Yang Lihua. So am I like capable enough to teach what like a Taiwanese opera's knowledge is, right? Sorry, so I received no students here. All right. Therefore, I was so upset. So I said, "Come on, I couldn't have any students in that moment." Therefore, I told you that I was smart, right? And I just call my friends to just sign in my class, right? So my friends became my students, and therefore my class was open successfully. And again, all the students were actually my friends, right? Including Bixiu right here, right? And do you know that why I am sure that Bixiu enjoys Taiwanese opera? And it is because like in 2017, like we had like a Taiwanese opera performance performance in Daai Hospital, and Bixiu really did a wonderful job there. Okay, and I had the impression that she should love such thing, right? Okay, and I called her and asked her, okay, Bixiu, do you want to come and help me open up the class and train students even there? Okay, and I really wanted to spread the Dharma teachings through the drama, through the Taiwanese opera. I'm a playwright, so I can do the adaptation and I can just spread the Dharma teachings. I think I can do it, right? Okay, because I have 20 years of the experience, right? And I just do the adaptation for Daai TV. So trust me that I can just also do the Dharma teaching in the a Taiwanese opera, and I will also make my audience happy. Do you believe me? All right. And now I need the people. I need the people to come into my class so I can just fulfill my dream. Okay. And therefore, this is why Bixiu is here. And therefore, we began doing such a thing there. And what was really happy for me was that, okay, I am a member of the Tzu Performing Artists Association, and so is Bixiu. And we are the performing artists, so of course we are happy and we are obliged to just do such a drama, like adaptation, and we just make the Taiwanese drama into a Dharma teaching drama. And you can see Bixiu is here in the picture, right? This is his this is her costume, and she played a Wang Baochuan and Xue Pinggui in the drama. And I just don't know whether she enjoyed this adaptation by me, but now it seems that she really did, right? She really does. Okay, so therefore we did many more a performance in Nantou, and now in this video we did a Taiwanese opera performance in Sanchong for the Chongyang in Chinese. It means a double nice festival for elder citizens here. And let's take a look at the video in Sanchong. And this is our affinity to walk the same path, and we can do the good deeds all together. How do you think? Of course, why not? Great things should be achieved by great people too. And you know that I am Bai Su Zhen, and you did something good to me. And we are here doing a tour because of his good heart. And I really encourage people to do more good deeds in the world and benefit more sentient beings. See, at that time, I did something great, right? I was really multifunctional, right? I not only perform on the stage, but also I made all the performing artists have something to do, right? And in my Taiwanese opera class in Sanchong, and I really just deliver Master Zheng Yan's teaching very, very successfully, which are gratitude, respect, and love. And with such model, I deliver such idea to them. And the students must have thought that I was a really weird teacher, that I didn't just guide them to exactly do anything, or I didn't want them to follow any tough rules, right? But I just smile at them and I try to love them. So yeah, this is how my class was going on, right? And in these pictures, you will see that how our students practice doing the Taiwanese opera. And I began my class with only 10 students, who are also my friends, as I mentioned. And now I have more than 20 students in classes, right? Okay. And I ruled that like we have 10 classes in our like a whole thing in our courses, right? So for the final class, students couldn't just sit there and listening to my like a speech, right? And on the contrary, they had to like be dressed up in the costumes and really did a performance on the stage, right? So after that performance, right, and the she is really like a popular like from them on because like she received like more than 20 students, right? And such a happiness should also be enjoyed by other people who know you or who don't know you, right? And in my class, I also learned that I really have students who don't even speak Taiwanese, right? But they are still happy in my class, right? Okay. And I'm really grateful to all the students who were also my friends, right? And they helped me open up the wonderful classes and deliver the great love to the people. So for the like next few like courses or sessions, right? And they really enjoyed my class and they stay in my classes like for a very long time. And I was not confident at all in the class, right? But after Jialing's like teaching and the patience, I learned very much, right? And I also became like a confident and I enjoy coming here and I changed myself a lot because my mom just said that I became really optimistic, right? And such kind of wonderful influences was also brought to my entire family. And thanks to God that I can just walk into Tzu and I really want to just let the people know more about the wonderful Dharma teachings through Taiwanese opera. And I want to do more and spread the happiness to people. And Jialin teaches class is really meaningful. And I was in like a person parable, and she really like promotes like a filial piety really well through her performance. And I had my new life just right after I participated in teacher Jolly's class. I was happy there, and whenever like I came over, I was super happy. And I didn't do like a teaching there in my class, right? What I do is that I spread the great love, right? And when I receive such a positive feedbacks from students, right, I realized that yes, I did this, I make this right through my class that I can really do something other than staying at home during pandemic period of time. And in this video, you see this granny, and I felt so touched. Actually, she was really weak physically, and her husband also passed away. Therefore, she was brought to my class, and she told me that I enjoy coming here because you are so funny. Come on, she said I'm funny. You see that, okay? And because she said this because I always bring happiness to people. And during the year and the ceremony last year, she told me that she also want to do the performance, but she was in a bad like a physical conditions and she needed to be hospitalized. But she insisted coming up on the stage because she never had such a chance, right? So I told her that it was really wonderful affinity because that you can just do the performance in front of the Buddha, and really good that she didn't give up such a great opportunity. And yeah, it was good, but I was worried about her like a physical condition that day, right? Okay, and I just could hear that her lament through her voices I knew that she was happy. And actually, I didn't dare to see her directly because I was afraid that I could just cry in tears, right? Okay. Why did I cry? Why did I say I want to cry? Because I was too happy to see such a wonderful granny being so happy, right? Thank you so much because this is a wonderful like a training ground, right? Okay, and if you tell like students what a Dharma joy is, right? They didn't know what a Dharma joy is, and I guess it's through such a performance, and we deliver happiness, and we deliver also like a good thoughts in their like a mind, and this is what Dharma joy is, right? And through the drama, well, maybe they were in the drama like quite a snack, like a legend, or some other like a legendary stories, right? But actually, through all the stories there in my like a Taiwanese drama teaching, actually they are experiencing the Dharma. So it is what touches their hearts, right? And with students' lack of confidence, and now they are just in the opposite, right? Okay, and for the second granny, and she lost her husband, and she came over here after that, and now she knows that what she can do and spread great love to people. And actually, I never told them to do so, but they just experienced by themselves about what great love is, right? And they are therefore inspired by themselves. And I didn't say anything, I didn't do anything to them, but as long as they're like a good seeds like began growing in mind, and actually this is the good result, the positive feedbacks that I received, right? And later I will show you a video. In the video, it is about a mom with a child with learning retardation. And why did the mom just bring such a child to my class, right? And she told me that she want to broaden the eyesight of the mom.
Before he came to learn this opera, he told me he wanted to learn this opera, and I told him that it's not useful for your life. You don't even know how to manage your life on your own. You are not independent. You are dependent on me, your father. How could why do you want to learn this opera? And before he came to this opera class, he was very he didn't have confidence, and after we learn through teachers teaching, and we perform on the stage in Jingsi Hall, and he was very happy, and I share with all my friends and my colleagues that my son can perform on the stage. I'm so happy for him, and I'm so happy that my son could learn in this class, and he learned all the Dharma teachings from Master Cheng Yen. Master Cheng Yen taught us that we do good deeds, just do it, and don't wait. And now I'm very grateful that my son grew up in the class, and now he is independent. I'm very happy for him. This is the most touching video that I have, and I'm so proud of them. And at first the mother didn't allow his son to come to the class, but now he is a little learning retarded, but he still does has the ability to learn. But I didn't expect that the outcome was so fruitful that this young man, he learned so much and his life was transformed. I didn't expect this. this outcome will be so fruitful. And I didn't expect that I have this opportunity to be able to come here to do the sharing with you. And when teacher Mei Yun invited me to conduct sharing here in Kaohsiung, and I didn't know what I could talk to share, so I invite Sister Bixiu to be with me. So. And Master Cheng Yen always taught us to say what we do. If you don't do anything, you don't have anything to share. But if you do a lot of things, you do a lot of good deeds, you have tremendous amount of content to share to touch people's heart. Like what she say, Jialing say. And her students say, talk to Jialing that I'm so happy, teachers. Thank you. I'm so happy you brought joy into my life. I'm telling you, I'm very grateful that I have this opportunity to be able to participate in this traditional Taiwanese opera. When I'm a performing artist, I'm a member of a performing artist association in Ciji. And when during the pandemic, we didn't have opportunity to perform on stage, but Sister Jialing, she formed this class of teaching Taiwanese opera. So we have opportunity to listen to her class, and in her class, she always encourage us and respect our various abilities in different individuals, and she always encourage us to perform. But the drama in Chinese character, it means play in Chinese character. It's has encouraging meanings. So her student, Jialing, is a student from they have different background. So each one of us, as Jialing's student, we not only teacher encourage us, we encourage each other because we have various background. And look at this fan. It was drew. This fan was drew by another classmate in the drama in the opera class. And look, this another classmate help us make this clothes. In Ciji, if we can get online to buy a costume for our opera, but if we need to be able to learn, Master Cheng Yen always taught us, encourage us to do something on our own so that we can learn from what we have do. It's the experience. We could gain experience and we could learn so much from doing things, great deeds. If we don't do, we won't be able to learn. If we just buy something, we won't be able to learn. But look, now this costume, we could save money from buying. We made our own costume. And also we could save money to do more good deeds, to benefit more people who are suffering. And also, so we make donation to the charitable foundation too. I'm so grateful that Zixuan lifelong learning at Chiji gave me this opportunity, allow me to be able to use my specialties in Taiwanese opera. That I use this Taiwanese opera. I teach them how to play, really play. We have fun together and we learn. I incorporate Master Zheng Yan's teachings and Buddha's teachings in writing the script of the play. So, and we have fun together, and we have joy in our heart. And the Taiwanese opera is only a medium for us, for me, to be able to get connected to a lot of many elder people in the society I've never met before, but I form a good affiliation with them because they came into my life and I came into their life. I go into their life, and we help each other throughout this learning, playing this Taiwanese opera. And although a lot of these elder people, they feel lonely at home, but after they walk into Jingshi Hall in Jingshi Hall and learn this opera, they feel energetic. They don't feel lonely anymore, and they all day long they could sing this opera even when they got home, and they feel very happy. And some of them, they don't feel, if even they don't feel comfortable to perform, but they could stand there just sing the opera, and they could learn. They could feel joyful in their heart. As Dr. Cao, he in Daai drama also play about his mom who suffered from dementia, and now he encouraged older people need to learn new things, otherwise they'll lose their memories very easily and fast and quickly. So if they continue learning new things every day, they could stimulate the growth of their brain cells. They could prevent from their memory degrading, faster degrading speed. So this Taiwanese opera class really benefit, help the elder people that they their brain become very energetic and learning new things every day, and singing make them feel happy. And so I will continue on teaching because I don't want to stop cultivating the great seed in these elder people's mind. I want them to be able to keep their minds happy and grow their wisdom life together. We could work together. And Daai TV Hospital always invite us to perform Taiwanese opera. And if Kaohsiung, if you need, please invite us. We will be very happy to come to share our joy with you through Taiwanese opera. And thank you, Teacher Meiyun, to give us this opportunity to conduct sharing. Thank you for giving us this opportunity every year. And I hope that I didn't that Master Zheng Yan disappointed in me. I wanted to carry on Master Zheng Yan's teaching through opera, Taiwanese opera. When during pandemic time, a lot of things were black, could not perform anymore. But now through the Taiwanese opera, they could Tzu Ji Performing Art Association member, they could walk out, overcome the obstacles of pandemic lockdown. They could walk out from their home and still perform and bring joy to even patients in the hospital and share the joy with their family members and the people who encounter through Taiwanese opera. And because Jialing, she has already been a writer for Tzu Ji drama on Daai TV for the past 20 years. So Master Zheng Yan's teachings and Tzu Ji members' life story has already imprinted in her heart. So it's very natural for her to be able to write a transcript for the Taiwanese opera, and the play she wrote was very inspiring, with all the teachings, profound teachings of Dharma Master Zheng Yan, but into the play, so people, into the opera, so it's easier for people to understand. And look at this drawing on this frame. It's a drawing from my student, and it's very beautiful. I very agree. I appreciate her sharing of her talent. And when Jialing started at the beginning of the pandemic, she doesn't want to be black by the pandemic. She wants to walk out and she overcome difficulties. This spirit is very encouraging to all of us. If we are not willing to be blocked by challenge in life, we just try to figure out something, some solution. Jialing has set up a good role model for us, and she asked her friends. She asked her friends to help her out to attend the class, so the first class could start with enough enrollment. And now this joy for Taiwanese opera could continue, and now every class enrollment is full. And every time, and I'm very grateful every time. And so many people help us out. Some volunteers come to clean up. And during the pandemic, so many people help me out. I understand that so many people, like for example, in a lecture hall in Jingshi Hall, when we during the pandemic, we cannot do the sharing in the Jingshi bookstore. We do it in the lecture hall. A volunteer came to do the sanitizing, cleaning work for me before we start the online sharing. And so many people I know, IT group and the translation team of the volunteer are helping me out. I appreciate all of your efforts. And from Canada, it's so interesting, so informational. I'm very grateful to listen to your sharing. You put the Master Zhen Yan, incorporate Master Zhen Yan's teachings in the play, in the opera. It's a very fun. It sounds very fun and interesting. Thank you. You love teacher. You love your student. Your student love you back. You form a great cycles of goodness and kindness. Bixiu and Jialing, for the past 3 years, you were not discouraged by the pandemic, but during this pandemic time, you were able to form opera classes and touch so many people's heart in these classes, in this opera play. And thank you. And please come to Ciji Darling Hospital again. We love your opera play. Thank you. It's very, very touching. Their stories are very, very touching and inspiring. And they're performing, and they're happily performing. A heart is in each one of their cells. Now they are able to share their joyful spirits with people around them.